to the InfoWars Nightly News. It is Friday, February 14th, 2014. I'm Leanne McAdoo, and here's what's coming up tonight.
Tonight, sadistic cops choke and tase a deaf man for being unresponsive. Then, the U.S. Army's fake city, a training ground for the military occupation of America. And Steve Pieczenik reveals the structure for the military takeover already in place. All this and more on the InfoWars Nightly News.
Well, the U.S. Army has built a fake city in Virginia for what they say is to prepare their troops to occupy foreign countries. But what's striking is this 300-acre fake city looks more like your average American town. It cost $96 million to build in just 2 years, and it includes a sports stadium, bank, a school, and an underground subway. They say it's in order to train for unspecified future combat scenarios. But the fact that the subway carriages even carry the same logo as they do in Washington, D.C., this could suggest that the site was built to double both as a foreign city and a mock domestic town. The site also includes what they're calling a mosque, but it looks eerily familiar to a Christian church. So they're saying this is for foreign occupation. Please, come on. They are training for martial law, civil unrest. They have already been preparing for the gun owners and the Christians and anyone with an anti-government attitude to be trained to be seen as an insurrectionist. They're already training the military to see patriots as insurrectionists. The writing is on the wall. It is time to get real, folks. No matter how much the mainstream media and the Obama administration tries to convince you that they're just trying to take the guns because Sandy Hook, y'all. Please, the writing is on the wall. It is time for us to wake up, and that's why I would say it's an unprecedented move that Fox News is now carrying InfoWars articles covering the very fact that the DHS is arming themselves. They have up on foxnews.com Paul Joseph Watson's article about the Homeland Security purchasing those zombie hunter bullets. Now, the mainstream media, they've covered our material before, but they'll typically just take our material and then accredit it to their own writers after they do their own research. But what's really big here is it's Paul Joseph Watson's actual article credited back to InfoWars. It doesn't just have some vague reference to a, quote, conspiracy website. That's because this is a fact. This is an unprecedented purchase of ammunition that makes no sense. Fox News can see the writing on the wall, and this is facts. Anyone can go look that up on the FedBizOps site, something where they're looking for FEMA trailers. That's all there. It's fact. Just go look it up like we do. Do you really think, though, that a government that's, they have no problem killing innocent children overseas or using chemical weapons to destroy an entire country and the nation's genetic makeup of their children's children, do you really think that they're not going to turn on you or they're going to have some problem offing you and getting rid of you? Absolutely not. You're the zombies. That's why they need the zombie hunter bullets. It's probably funny to them. And I mean, look at every day, with the police, week after week. Do you really think the police are going to have any problem turning against you and me? They're already training every day. They say that a society will be judged by the way that it treats its weakest members. And here we have another case of police brutality against a deaf person. Now, this is the second deaf person that has been attacked by this out-of-control police department for refusing to respond to their demands during a routine call-out. Last time it was a guy that didn't hear the sirens behind his car. Well, in this lawsuit that was filed by John Meester, he says that he attempted to use sign language to explain to the cops that he couldn't hear them when they confronted him outside of his friend's home. He was removing boxes of his own possessions. There was some snitchy, see something, say something neighbor who called police because Meester was acting suspiciously after he failed to respond to the neighbor calling him from across the street. Now, because he is deaf, Mr. Meester depends on using his hands while facing a person to communicate. And the officer's sudden aggression, which both caused him pain and interfered with his ability to communicate, is what caused him to reflexively pull his hands away and hop over a fence and step toward a gate so he could create some space to communicate with these cops. That was when one of the officers shot him twice with a taser. Another officer then deployed a second taser, delivering what's called a drive stun to his abdomen. Then they struck him with fists and feet and forcibly took him to the ground. The cops kicked him, punched him in the back and stomach, and another cop choked him around the neck. The suit also alleges that the cops delivered punishing shocks with the tasers, intentionally burning his flesh. And then, of course, after they beat this man unconscious, they charged him with assault, because that's what they do. If you try to protect yourself against the vicious beatdown of an out-of-control police department, you're going to be charged with assaulting them, even though they're tasering you and beating you and punching and kicking you. And even if they're caught on video doing it, they're still going to get away with it. Much like this other disabled man who was wheelchair bound, the cop was caught on video viciously attacking him. That cop, he was found not guilty of all charges. So this is just one of a number of untold cases of police beating and tasering physically and mentally disabled people across the nation. But is it any wonder why we have an out-of-control police force? Our military is training for domestic terrorists.
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.
The InfoWars crew absolutely loves coffee because we love being awake. And I am somewhat of a connoisseur of coffee. So many times you go to a restaurant or even to a coffee shop and the coffee tastes like garbage. And in all the different coffees I've tried, my favorite is grown in the high mountains, in shade, Arabica, on the border with Guatemala in southern Mexico by the Chiapas farmers. I make sure we've done the research. I make sure it's the very best product that we can offer you when I put my name on it. And I believe, and it's my taste, so you may differ, that this is the best coffee in the world from southern Mexico. Wake Up America Patriot Blend, 100% organic, Arabica shade grown. And then we have the Immune Support, 100% organic coffee, infused with a special type of mushroom known to boost the immunity.
This coffee is seriously so smooth. I normally have to douse my coffee with cream and sugar and cinnamon and all kinds of tasty treats, but this, I drink this black. It is so good.
Well, that's why I like it, is that it has a kick, it has really good caffeine in it, it has a good clean wake up that lasts for a long time, doesn't give me a headache, but it's so smooth, it's so delicious. Just try it out for yourself. I'm telling you, this is my favorite coffee. We went through a lot of trouble to bring you this. Just try it, and I think you'll be hooked like we are here at InfoWars. Well, folks, find out for yourself and support the information war today. It's all available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.